Hey guys, welcome back. Lately I've been thinking, I'm, I'm, I'm not the most positive person in the world. Gotta be honest here, but I, I am a realist, and I'm detecting a lot of negativity around me from people, but it's not towards me or towards anything. It's with themselves, and I'm thinking it's so weird that it's socially acceptable for us to push ourselves down and say ugly things and have negative thoughts about ourselves. But God forbid we say something positive, because then people look at you and go, oh, aren't you cocky? And judge you for having confidence and loving yourself. So it's better and more relatable if you can say ugly things about yourself. Like if you're standing there and thinking, you know what, I'm not smart enough. 10 people will turn around and say, you know what, I feel like that too. I feel like I'm not good enough or smart enough either. But if you stand there and you're like, you know what, I am smart. I'm really smart. I swear to you, people are just gonna stand there staring at you like you've gone mad. Because you can't, what are you doing? You can't say stuff like that about yourself. Others can give you compliments. Don't do it yourself. Which is very odd because you have to love yourself first. And I can't say that I'm not, it's not like I'm a pro at this. It's been difficult for me too, but every day I look at myself in the mirror and I start the day by saying 3 things I love about myself. And I think that's difficult for people to do, to say it out loud, 3 things that they love about themselves, but ask them to say 3 things, not three. Make them say 10 things they hate about themselves, and they're just going to start rambling. But why can't we say these good things about ourselves? If we don't say them and believe them ourselves, how can we possibly think we could get it from others, from from work, from family, from friends? Doesn't matter if they tell you you're good enough if you don't believe it yourself. I've had this issue with myself for a long time about my body. It didn't matter who told me if I was skinny or fat or whatever. Through my eyes, whatever I thought about myself, and I was never good at it. I was never thin enough. It's like, even though my clothes got smaller, I still was like, no, you're still fat. You should still, And I was like, what are you doing? This isn't healthy. And I didn't care what other people said. Because even though, that didn't help, but it was my thoughts first. It was me first. Me against me. And instead of seeing all my flaws, everybody has flaws. I started thinking, you know what, this isn't good. This isn't healthy. In my mind, I'm criticizing myself and I'm telling myself all these negative and bad things that make me feel down, make me not love myself. How can I expect others to love me? And how can I love anybody else if I don't love myself? So it changed that. And I do feel better. You feel better. It helps. Just doing that every day. Telling yourself 3 beautiful things about yourself that you believe them. They're true. No matter what anybody else says. But if you're gonna only be negative about yourself and the rest of the world is also telling you the same things that you hate about yourself, that's not safe. And I can't understand why we always compare ourselves also to others. Like, somebody walks by and I'm like, wow, I love her long legs. Why can't the thought just stop there? That's a beautiful thing. She has beautiful long legs. I don't stop there. I go, wow, she has beautiful long legs. I hate my ugly short legs. It's always something negative. No, it's no wonder that there's so much depression right now. Everybody's depressed. Everybody's like popping pills, stressed out, can't sleep. It's drug use has become more now than it was before, and it's actually not odd. It's not an odd issue. But why is it socially acceptable for us to say these things about ourselves and think these things about ourselves that are so negative and ugly, and not be allowed to think that we are good enough? It's odd. It's very scary. I'd like to know what all of you think about this issue, and I bet all of you have felt this, and you're probably gonna notice it more. This is not something I suddenly was an epiphany for me or anything. I was at this seminar for inspiration, and this woman, she was speaking, and she said these things, and I sat there as like, you know these things, you know this. We know that we're negative. We know that we criticize ourselves and tell ourselves all the time that we're not good enough. And yet, we don't change that habit. Why? Why is it awkward for us to publicly say something great about ourselves? Why don't you feel good enough? Start saying it. We're simple creatures. You're gonna start believing it. You're not, maybe not the smartest person in every room, or the most beautiful person in every room, but there's something in you that's different from everybody else. You're special in some way. I'm special in one way. So we all have something. And I think it's important that we empower what's inside of us and make ourselves feel better and feel more positive, because then when you send out positive energy, it really does come back to you. The reason I said in the beginning that I'm not the most positive person is because I've been through a lot of stuff that, makes me a pessimist. Who hasn't, though? Doesn't make me any different than you. You've probably been through worse things than I have, or maybe not. Maybe your life is great, but something is always bothering us. Something's always not great in our lives, and it's important for us to love ourselves first and then pay it forward. I did this with my friends, and I saw that they thought it was awkward. It was totally awkward. I'm like, say it. 3 things that are great about you. I'm like giggling and awkward. Okay, I guess I'm a kind person. It doesn't make you cocky. It boosts your confidence. It shows that you love yourself more, and I see that they smile when they say it. It makes them happy to, praise themselves. Go ahead, why not? And if you wake up and you're having a bad day, most days, a lot of us do, trick yourself. Put on the biggest smile ever. I swear to you, you're going to start laughing like an idiot, and then you're going to feel better. And then you're going to say 3 things about yourself every day that are beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to view new videos every Wednesday. Until next time, love yourself.